Why is the CWA will produce a leader out of you?
Yes.
Naki joined the CWA at the age of 28. Ki ba fortunate to be trained within CWA. Ki the founders by CWA. Ki tseni our mothers. Bianunga jenu. Ki kraile khureki our daughters. 3 generations. Ki leboga modimo gore I'm still alive to witness the growth of CWA. Because this is the sodality of the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit always intervenes.
Yes.
Father, why see Ebeka CWA next side? Father, oh what? Oh what? CWA, in the sodality of the Holy Spirit, represents unity. CWA, as a sodality of the Holy Spirit, it will like a peace. You know, I also know who the Eriko Akile. I will pay the whole Okarafunali Matatanyana. But Hekiri, the Holy Spirit intervenes. We have you as new leadership, CWA. Our hope and our future is in you. You are right where you are supposed to be. Kanako e. Wena, surround yourself. Because the Holy Spirit pointed you. Oscar Busa Kabuena, only a leader. Ubuseli the Holy Spirit. Obona Dilo, these are my pillar. Our is going to stop. It's going to Kaleboha. Kileboha, Madam Interdiocese President, for your introduction and warm welcome. You know, Hekilibella, Kibona, a young generation of CWA, and it means CWA is still going to grow from strength to strength through Luna. And I was also very pleased to see Baki Gilenka leader Lebona, who made Gloria. Oh, and Kiona Kumura, who make it. Ow. Oh, Gilenka Mumra. Magwe Naxabule. That is why I want to CWA. It's a method. And I'm happy and thank the Interdiocese President, Le Chancellor High, for the invitation so that I can see this young CWA. It is our future. And thank you very much for also putting on your program the history of CWA. Because an organization without history, it's when I fell a link to a fella Musande. It of Foka, the hour, what's it okay? I get Rona, Kadina Rona. Remaking sure it's on a firm foundation. Yes. All what is needed, Kokorluna, you must just build up. Build up and deep you are right where you are supposed to be. What? We plan la fela hore is the Holy Spirit intervening because como fellow thank you very much. And I greet you in the powerful name of the Holy Spirit, the CWA protector and guide, the Holy Spirit which lives within you, the Holy Spirit who walks beside us, the Holy Spirit who is always with us and upon us. And let me also take this opportunity to really appreciate the invite and also appreciate all of you as leaders of CWA. And thank you for the honor bestowed upon me to share the history and background of CWA. And this is important because CWA, as a sodality of the Holy Spirit, is like a tree planted 62 years ago. It has very strong roots that helps it to stay grounded, to withstand the storms. But remember, the storms are also necessary because they make sure the CWA tree take deeper roots. And let me also acknowledge the former presidents. Ba ne ba acknowledge Mezo, we. No, maybe she's still coming. Ki acknowledge happily Melaxi. As they are together. Let me also greet and acknowledge our interdiocesan spiritual advisor, Father Div. Yo, since I knew they were interdiocesan, Rita go Botswana, Rito Biala Peu, CWA, and it fell on fertile ground. When I knew Botswana was CWA, Yadumadu. Even though Francis Town. Yes. That's growth. And we acknowledge all the diocesan spiritual advisors. Why is the CWA lady spiritual advisors are? They help to build CWA right from the beginning. Always. Who was history CWA? Honali spiritual advisors are father. So thank you very much, and I'm very happy to even meet the new faces, our spiritual advisors. CWA is in good hands. I am here to give testimony that CWA, which is 62 years old today, has a very rich history. A history that made it possible for CWA to be deep-rooted. A history, it's the Holy Spirit, oiling the protector and guide of CWA. A history with a very, very firm foundation. And as I mentioned, I really appreciate the opportunity to be the one talking about this history. A history that tells a story about brave women of faith who founded CWA and developed it to what it is today. The women who fought for CWA courageously during apartheid years in South Africa. But South Africa understand the pains of those years. But the founders of CWA fought tooth and nail for CWA to develop and to continue existing until it was eventually accepted as a sodality. It is a history of women of resilience in the face of adversity. Many of them have already been called to rest. May their souls rest in peace. Why is this history so important? Some of you may be wondering, CWA history, we read about it in the manual. History of any organization provides background information which might assist the new leadership, which might also assist the members to remain focused and draw strength and wisdom from the traditions, from the sacrifices, from the strength of the founding members. as well as the past CWA leadership. And sharing the CWA this afternoon is actually about honoring their journey, which is now our journey of CWA. CWA was not built overnight. Its history is not only about the past, but a guide into the future. It shows where CWA comes from and where CWA is going. CWA history matters. It provides members with an identity which reminds them why CWA exists. It provides the members with continuity, the continuity which is needed to keep the CWA traditions alive while allowing growth to take place. It also provides lessons learned from past leaders with their shared stories, uniting and strengthening our sense of belonging as CWA members. The CWA history from 1964 to date. From very, very humble beginnings in a dusty township of Atteridgeville, Neribisa Pelenda. A group of women at St. Anne's Parish, under the spiritual leadership and guidance of their parish priest, the late Father Brennigan, started CWA. And this was during the years of the Second Vatican Council, when the Catholic Church encouraged the laity to start playing an active role in the church. The group of women were under the leadership of Mayor Aleta Mutsipe and the late Mrs. Mawela. They responded to the call to play an active role in the church. They formed an organization of women and chose Catholic Women's Association as a name, because their aim was actually to be inclusive of all the women in the parish, so that women in the parish work under one association. This included also women who belonged to other sodalities like St. Anne, like Sacred Heart. They were members of CWA because it was an association of women. Their first motto was based on John chapter 2, verse 17. The zeal of your house consumes me. Boomeba intended to be in the house of the Lord, serving God and his people. They also felt empowered by the Holy Spirit because, remember, the Second Vatican Council is also referred to as the New Pentecost. So the women felt they are empowered and inspired by the Holy Spirit, and they chose the Holy Spirit as their, at that time, Nebari gave their patron. Pentecost also became their feast day. And right from the beginning, as I said, they were very passionate and committed to work in the parishes. And they succeeded in planting the seed of service in this house of the Lord. To this day, CWA members continue to serve willingly and generously in their parishes. At that time also, CWA did not have any uniform, nor did it have any pin or logo as identity. It was an association of all women in the parish. At that time, when we asked them, the founders, about this, they said, you know, uniform often excludes others. And because we are accommodating women from other sodalities who already have their uniform, there was no need to have a uniform, because when we met as CWA, we all made a separate uniform. In 1964 to 1970, CWA operated only in St. Anne's Parish. Their work and success and the stories of what they were doing soon reached other neighboring parishes. And it was in 1971 when a parish in Harangua, also a dusty township, heard about this CWA. And 4 women from Holy Cross went to St. Anne's to go and hear more about CWA. I always said yes. The 3 wise men went to see the child Jesus. 4 wise women went to St. Anne's Parish to go and hear about CWA, and it was the beginning of CWA spreading to other parishes. These 4 women were impressed, and thereafter went back to their parish and recruited more women in order for them to join CWA. Coincidentally, one of those women was my own mother. God rest her soul. And she went on to become Pretoria Diocesan President.
Wow.
Mama Laxi Halibian, her mother was a member of CWA.
Wow.
CWA, I knew a woman.